Let's see here, 20-ish, 30 minutes. Let's see here. Just gonna check on the portal timers here. There's the portals. It's red portals, meaning that they will soon vanish. And once they vanish, it's about a 20-minute countdown until next Ovni. So I'm just gonna stand out here and stare at the red portal until it vanishes. Because then we have the Ovni timer. Yes, there at the portal we can't enter. Yes, absolutely. Since we are waiting on Ovni, feel free to do anything in the instance. You can craft your actions. Breathtaker's a good one to have outside here. You can look for fairies. You can go and do Prominence Watcher, that's up. To kill sometimes. You can wait for the next Bunny Fate, or you can just sit and vibe somewhere. If you are vibing, though, do bear in mind, Hydados and the entirety of Eureka have a 10-minute AFK kick timer, meaning that if you're AFK for 10 minutes, you get kicked out of the instance. So make sure that you wiggle every now and then so that you don't get kicked. 1 minute left from the Omni buffer. Thank you, Lunaria. Also, if you're a first timer, while we're also waiting, you can go and double check that you have BA unlocked. You do this by going to the camp and talking with the expedition scholar. If they sell you stabilizers, then you know you have BA unlocked. You don't have to buy the stabilizers, we're not gonna use them, but being able to buy them shows that you can enter Baldesion. So if you're unsure, just go and check with the scholar. Okay, that's a first time, Ylvis. What? All right. Thankfully, it's not more than 20 minutes. So now next Omni is in about 20 minutes. So Ylvis, you can be your instance check once that the penalty is gone. That's a first. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's a weird way of not getting in, I must say. What did they do to get that? Did it like see BA and be like, oh shit, I won't make it out in time and just Oh, that's great. Whoever that person is, tell them I love them right now. Your party leaders, by the way, should have sorted that at least one healer in every party except support have refresh. And if both healers are experienced, that the other bring bravery. Also, since we do have a couple of first-timers, make sure to bring a couple of extra sacks. When it comes to dying inside BA, you cannot self-rest, but we do have a skill called Sacrifice that we can use to get you back up. So do not release if you die. We can get you back up and you can continue on with the run. The only place we cannot do that is Osma, and I will explain the reason when we get there. But for any other boss or mechanic, you can be rested by us, so don't worry about panic dying. But if you are unsure if you're gonna, be able to live without dying, bring a couple of extra wisdoms and Spirit of the Remembered. Filling your tray is very good. And you can also craft more once inside, so you can use one tray and then craft a new one. But that's all the things we can do for now. In order to enter BA, we have to wait for Ovni. If you see a fairy, please do not shout them, because then there's the risk that the instance will go there and use up the fairy, and then we don't have a fairy buff for the instance. Just tell your party lead and they will send it to everyone else. We already have one fairy located, so we're gonna see if the other two are alive. Yeah, that's okay. That's why we'll hopefully find the other two fairies. We have oh, that's our interesting ferry down there. We got the corner ferry today. All right, so let's do some wiping. And the third ferry has been found. Some interesting ferries today, and my Jeffrey's not gonna have a field day, let's just say that. Also, 70% is a lie. Also, for you experienced people here with me today, today's special for the background noise is Dragon Ball Kakarot. As a fellow One Piece fan, I'm sorry to say, Ambrose, but my partner has no interest in watching the One Piece anime. He is up for watching the live action though, and that's at least one right step. But that's hopefully what the remaster that is in the works might fix for him when it comes out, because then it might tempt him to watch it. You know, updated stuff, less clunkiness. Also, the One Piece! The One Piece is real! As I always say to people starting to watch the One Piece anime, if you feel like the pacing is too slow for your liking, I highly recommend the manga. Because the slow pacing is actually the anime's fault. Because, you know, Toei, you know, famous for that good old meme. How many episodes does it take the Dragon Ball characters to screw in a light bulb? 15. But
And
Oh,
Krillin dies.
oh yeah, like all the fillers. At least, like, the One Piece fillers are super tiny, except for one, and that arc is better than the actual real arc that comes after it. G8 arc, my beloved. Oh, Asito! Hello! Let's go up and do a little Sitoing. Prepare your apps for that clock. Also, let's see here. Ilves, have you safely entered the instance? Alright, entering now. Should be still open. And there you guys are, perfect! Welcome, welcome! You just entered in time for a Sito! I think people already tested that. My fellow testers, reflect on Sito's gaze. Yes or no? Also, you quit Frontlines. Alright, that's fair. Call up Irene real quick. Yeah, where's Irene and Sylph when we need them? Well, Zephyr. Oh, yeah, alright, Zephyr, good luck. But yes, always just wipe for now. Zito gets pulled at 25. And and since Ilv's just entered, it should be about 12, 11-ish minutes till next opening. And that's a nice 25. Yeah, guys, don't attack it. Don't attack Zito. Come on. That was an... whirlpool. That was rude. Look away. Look away from the ads. If you're melee, have fun, because here's a couple of more abyssals. Also, tanks, please help your fellow DPS by taking the Delphins off them. They kinda hurt. Prepare your Fs. And help rest people that are dead. Didn't get stoned with Reflect. Alright, then now we know it works. And that's why you died, Sepon, because you got the claw. It's okay, congrats. The Delphins sense your claw. They have to go after you. Oh yes, about 9-ish minutes. You guys have time for one more bunny or one more fated pops. If you don't want to do any of that, you can head down to Only Rock and wipe down there. Reminder, if you're idling right now, to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I hate how right you are, Usagi, with that comment. We're gonna have all the cat mummies in less than a month now. Also, be aware of the Pictomancer and Viper revolution. What I'm more excited about, honestly, is the new benchmark on the 3rd of June, so that we can actually see all the shadows and stuff in effect, and you know, prefix our characters. That's gonna be great, honestly. Omni. Psst, psst, psst. Yeah, you guys can go do Barong. But also Omni. Psst, psst, psst. Uh-oh, Spaghettio. Let me handle that, Muffler. Alright, so this instance is closed and there's a new instance outside. So, everyone leave, party leaders leave last. Once everyone's outside, you can re-queue back in to the new instance. And it's apparently 2 minutes old. So we should get an Omni in about 18 minutes. When it's a new instance, next Omni is always guaranteed at 20 minutes, even if the instance closes again. So this means, however, that the bunnies will respawn in about 8 minutes. We need to relook all our fairies again. And if you crafted and used any actions, you have to recraft them. That is why you normally don't pop your expensive actions, because then there's a chance that this happens. Also, 70% is a lie. Alright, so I'm gonna slap on Breathtaker and I'm gonna go look for fairies. Alright, one fairy was shouted, mark that down. That kinda sucks. So hopefully that fairy should still be there after opening. As always, if you do find a fairy, don't shout it. Please send it to your party lead and they will send it to everyone else. Two fairies have been found, so we're only missing one fairy. Gotta love OVNI memes. But at least this one is guaranteed. And the third fairy has been found. A bit more even spread on these fairies. At least one party can go to our fairy, which is nice. So now, you can wait for the next bunny fate. You can spawn, respawn something in here if you want, because this is a fresh instance, so everything is open for you. Or you can just go and vibe at Omnirock. Omnid should be around 2032, according to Mofla, if they counted correctly. In that case, thank you for counting.
Burning through the night, from the darkness out in the light, I can see us rise up, going all the way to the top. They're calling out, calling out, calling out. When the skies are falling, hear the heroes calling. Can't hold us down, can't hold us down. Save the ones still crawling, hit me hard on morning.
There is a Stegodon and Bunny Fate. So many options. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. The Bunny Fate actually has a cap on how many bunnies they can give out. Only 24 players can get a bunny each fate. So if there's more than 24 players, which it normally is during BA runs, then some people will just not get a bunny. That's where the meme stealing bunnies comes from, by the way. If you see a person named Rain Rider doing Bunny Fate, please steal the bunnies from him. Thank you.
Show yourself. I know you're watching me. Show yourself. I can see you.
How can you see through my spell?
I was lying, and you fell for my bluff.
Well done, enlighten me, what's your name?
You first, and maybe I'll do the same.
Nice try, but two can play this game.
Nah, don't be modest. I know you're a goddess, so let's be honest. You are Athena. Badass in the arena. Unmatched, witty, and queen of the best strategies we've seen.
If you're looking for a mentor, I'll make sure your time's well spent.
Sounds like a plan. Goddess and man, best is the friends.
We'll see where it ends.
Okay.
Maybe one day they'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know we'll change the world, 'cause we are the warriors of the mind. Maybe one day we'll reach them and we can build their skills as we teach them. If there's a problem, we'll have the answer. We are the warriors of the mind. I still intend to make sure you don't fall behind. Don't forget that you're a warrior of a very special kind. You are a warrior of the mind. Don't disappoint me.
Is there anybody out there? Is there anyone that's left? Is there any way I can make it out alive?
What is left that they've not taken? What is left beyond the pain? What is left of truth when I only hear their lies? There's a fire in my heart to keep the dark at bay, but my defenses have decayed. So I pray for a change to begin inside, for the
Oh, there's a Moloch as above. We are about to have an ovni. This is a bit awkward. Yeah, we'll fill after ovni, Lunaria. So, since it's guaranteed, we're not gonna stress it. So, we are gonna do Moloch first. And there's ovni. So, people that want Moloch can head over there. And then we're doing ovni. I'm just gonna tell people that. Since we will have time, since everyone's here and ready, we have time to run from Moloch back to ovni. Just gonna tell it again so people. Good luck on your Moloch drops, everyone. Once you're done with Moloch, you can start heading over to Omni Rock. If you don't have Breathtaker on, and you see people in your party don't have Breathtaker on, and you have a 2-player mount, do pick them up to speed it up a bit. Alright, congrats to people that got the Bolek item. Now it's time to head over to Omni. On the way, you can turn your Magia wheel to fire. Offensive fire. If you are a tank, please put tank stance on. This is to help guarantee the gold rating for your party. And party leads, once everyone in your party is at Omni Rock, you can do ready checks. Logos 3, Magia 1. So, okay. Of course it happened right now, and it happens to be Mofla, which we knew beforehand. Alright. Is Mofla still in the voice?
Yes. I'm currently in queue.
Alright, you're gonna come back in time. Yeah, let's see here. Logos 3, Magia 1, Logos 2. Magia site is ready, Soup is ready. Akio, please pass party lead back to Mofla. Thank you. Mofla, you can do ready check. Perfect. Let's see, pull timer on 6:30, since everyone's already here from Moloch. We don't have to have too long of a pull timer. And there we go! Make sure to get a hit in. And actually several hits in. We have a couple of AoEs going. This needs to be dispelled. We're gonna either go in or out. In, or very far out. Help resurrect people that are dead. We have a couple more AoEs and then we have Ion Shower. Iron Shower is to the east. Stay away from the east. If you see the AoE under Omni, it's just a graphical glitch, as Iron Shower is all the way to the east. If you had died, do not accept any resurrections. Otherwise, there's a chance you don't get the portal buff while in cinematic. Stay in the Fate area. Alright, party leads, double check that everyone's buffed. If everyone's buffed, you can post the portal macro. And party leads only inform me if someone is not buffed.
Party has a disconnect. Locus 2.
What's up with all the disconnects today? Logos 2, that would be...
That is Blar.
Oh my god. Alright, so we're gonna wait for Blood to come back. Yes, Osmin and Lona, thank you for sorting that issue while all the chaos is happening around us. That's the wrong inventory link. Looks like everyone's buffed otherwise. I assume Logos 2 has all the buff.
Yep.
Thank you, Marcus.
And Blar's back. And he still has the buff, so that's good.
Thank you.
I'll
Welcome back, Bar.
give him the lead back.
Alright, that means that once Soup has done the trade, they can go down into the voice. I recommend Lunaria to wait filling until everyone's inside BA. And we'll see you guys on the other side. For now, we're gonna wait at the ferry. And do not take the ferry yet. We're gonna take it when the blue portal spawn. This is to save as much of the ferry time inside BA. And when the blue portals are up, do not click them because you need a stabilizer for it, and we don't want to use a stabilizer. We want to take the portals when they turn red. The reason we don't want to take the portal if they are blue is if, for example, someone in the eastern corner takes a portal when it's blue. That portal, when it turns red, won't be that portal. It will be a random red portal that vanishes. And that's gonna be annoying for the person whose portal just disappears right in front of them. So that is why we don't use stabilizers on blue here, unless you're support. Support can go in whenever they feel like it, since they only have 8 portals. There's blue portals. If you have a long way to go, now's the time to take your ferry. If your ferry is close to your portal, you can greed a little bit. If they did, we would be very, very disappointed. You know the dad disappointment look? We would be that. We would just be very disappointed. But yeah, support, you can jump down to the support voice channel, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Less than 2 minutes now, so if you have a bit to go, now you can take your ferry. If you're a first timer, I recommend taking it now, so you have time to move to your portal. The northern ferry has died. That sucks. Hopefully everyone got the buff in time. If you're unsure where your buffer is, ask your party lead and they will mark it on the map for you. Less than a minute now, so if you're greeting, now's the time to take your ferry and get your portal. If your portal is among ads, you can just stand further away and be mounted, because you can click the portal while mounted and enter. So you can just run in with your mount and click the red portal when it's there. Also, if anyone, any healer in Logos 3 has any of those sudden portals, feel free to help rest them. You have less than 30 seconds. Nice. And there's reds. Once inside, stand on the bridge. You're gonna get some lovely shell and protect from people. Once you have both shell and protect, you can walk off the bridge and do any final Logos crafting. Your party lead will also mark which side you're gonna jump down on. Don't jump down yet. If you see tanks jump down, ignore them. They are doing some wisdom shenanigans. They know what they're doing. Now's the time for you to double check if you're a first timer that you have the correct wisdom and spirit of the remembered. Also filled your tray, because it's always good to have extras. If you have any food from Endwalker, any of the raid foods, you can use them here. They're pretty good, give some extra stats. And if you're unsure about what wisdom and action combination you should take, you can ask your party lead. When it comes to using your wisdoms, use your spirit of the remembered first, because you can use it and then swap to another tray, and spirit will still stay on you. Almost all Logos actions vanish if you swap trays. Spirit of the remembered is one of the few one that doesn't. So always start off with a spirit of remembered, and then you can swap to your wisdom and extra set of spirit. And it also looks like everyone made it in. Very nice. Once you're done preparing, you do /magia auto. We have refresh healers that will get our magicite back up and running, so since we will be swapping elements a ton. Pod elites, double check that everyone has the following. That everyone in your party has shell and protect. That everyone in your party has spirit. And that everyone in your party at least have the correct wisdom for their job. If you are not having shell or protect, or both, please go back to the bridge so that our lovely shell and protect people can apply it on you. If your parties look ready, that they meet all the requirements I have stated, you can do ready checks and inform me. Logo side is ready. That is very good. Magia 2, Magia 1. Perfect! Alright, if you are in one of the Logos parties, you can follow me down to the Logos voice channel on Discord. If you are on Magia side, you're gonna stay here and Osmin will take care of you. See you guys on the other side.
See ya.
Alright, 21, we're missing 3 people. We can start already. So, our tank on this side is Sepon. Stay behind them at all times because ads really hurt unless you're a tank. And we're gonna start off with this beautiful demon wall. If you have Def L, this is a prime target. And this is also your chance to double check that Magia Auto is on by seeing if you will automatically turn to the offensive element. That was a very late death there, but a good death nonetheless. Stay behind Seb. They are gonna pull all the ads towards us. Also to double check if you are a blue DPS or a tank, turn off your tank stance unless your name is Sepon, so that you don't accidentally get aggro. Wait for tanks to establish aggro, so don't directly Baja Blast, because that can easily rip aggro and one-shot you. Everyone's in voice, perfect. And there we go. Next up is the Biblios. They will be taken one at a time, and on the side. So stay back on the stairs. Sepom will drag them over here. Attack him from the side. Do not be in the front or the back because they have cleaves. Sepom will stun the first magic hammer, so you don't need to adjust. Stun. Thank you. And for the second one, same thing here. But any tank or melee can stun when magic hammer is cast. There it is. Thank you. And now we are at art. Art only has one mechanic that you need to worry about, and that's his spear mechanic. He will do, as a tutorial, 2 types of AoEs. One big circle AoE, and one donut AoE. After he's done those, he's gonna summon spears around the arena. And then he's gonna cast one of these 2 AoEs. Whichever AoE Art casts, that's the AoE the spears are gonna copy. So we have to avoid first the AoE from Art, and then adjust to avoid the AoE from the spears. So for example, if he has the donut, then we first start at Art or very far out, and then we go to any of the spears, as they will also do the donut after him. That's all you need to worry about, so party leads can do ready checks. We currently have a disconnect in Magia 1, so we're gonna have to wait a tiny bit. Logo side is ready. We're just gonna give the disconnector a bit of time to come back. We don't want to wait for too long though, as we do have timers for each section. That's absolutely fine. For Defel, you always cast it at the start once you have targeted someone, and then you either hit or miss. Defel is very good for just one-shotting ads. Doesn't work on bosses or undead. So sadly, the ghosts in here cannot be Defel because they're already dead. Alright, we're gonna start the 20-second countdown at 14:10. So now, if you have bravery, you can start apply those now. Limit breaks can be cast on 4 seconds, a ranged or magic limit break. 7, 6, 5, limit breaks, 3, 2, 1, and off we go! So first off, he's going to do a tank buster on our lovely little tank. There it is. Alright, next up he's going to do the tutorial AoEs, so he's starting with the donut. And then everyone go out, because he's gonna do the AoE next. So now you see how big these circles are. Shield healers, you can start pre-shielding, because he's gonna next do a raid wipe. And Art's gonna die before he casts Myth Call, so for now just focus on mechanics. Focus on mechanics. He's summoning the spears now. We're gonna see which AoE he does. It's the circle, so away from Art and then away from all the spears. Pop sprint, away from the spears, away from the spears. And back to Art. You don't have the DPS, just focus on his mechanics, raid wide. And tank buster, and he will just repeat this. Until he dies like that. There we go. Up the stairs we have our first trap of this dungeon. So please stand at the top of the stairs and wait for Shio, which is our trapper on this side, to reveal it. Once we are walking past the trap, we're gonna hug the wall to the right, because there's both traps and adds in the big room. The sprite is up there, so Sepon, if you could grab the sprite on your way up there, that would be great. And we're just gonna hug the wall to the right here and go to the corner. We're gonna use the Logos corner, since it's bigger. For now, focus DPSing the sprite. Once you have DPS the sprite, you can claim your treasure coffer that's in the middle where the Kalka is. Someone pull the Kalka away. Once you claim your chest, you can go back to the Magia Voice channel. Please write in gel before you use your tray, so that way we don't accidentally have 5 healers casting at the same time. For now, our main tank is Ylvis, so stay in the corner here. Ylvis is gonna pull everything towards us, so stay in the corner, stay here in the corner. Ylvis will pull everything towards us. But yeah, it happens. The Kalka there is nasty. For now, everyone just stay behind Ylvis. Since the Kalka's been pulled, we can start on the centaurs. These centaurs need to be slept, so if you have repose, please cast it. Or just Death L, that works. Permanent solution. The reason we are sleeping the Berserk is because Berserk is a big attack buff that buffs the centaur and one-shots everyone that is not Indom tanking. But even Indom tanks get knocked out in 3 hits, so we don't want that. Paraleads, you can place your lovely Raiden marker. And I forgot to ask, how many Indom tanks do we have today?
Only 2.
Seb, you wanna refresh with them? Since you also have Indom on? Nah, okay, you're just memeing. Okay, that's good. So only 2 refreshers for Indom. I'm gonna go through Raiden now. So, Raiden's mechanics are very simple. It's only one you need to worry about here. The fight is gonna start with the main tank pulling him to the north. to the A marker. He's gonna stop at the Raid Wide, followed by Tank Buster, followed by electrifying the Jisato Arena. And after that, he will cast a skill called Ameno Sakahoko. When he sees it, everyone run away from Raiden and towards the 1 marker, because he's gonna place a big ass red AoE under him that we need to get out of. Once he's done that, he's gonna backflip to the group, and he's gonna cast a big donut skill, so that everyone has to go under him inside his hitbox to avoid it. Once he's done that, he's gonna vanish from the arena, and he's going to respawn either at D or B. Once he's respawned, he's going to swing his sword in one direction, left or right. Whichever side he's not cleaving is the safe side. But before we can move there, you see there's a lovely 1 marker in the middle. That's because once Raiden vanishes, we're all gonna stack on the 1 marker. Because before he does his big ass cleave, he's gonna be a big bully and place random small puddles under random players. So we all stack together in the middle to bait the puddles, and then move to the safe side. The puddles are more important to dodge than the cleave, because Raiden takes his sweet time. So focus on just getting out of the puddles, and then go to the safe side. For first timers, I recommend always running towards Raiden to get out of the puddle, and then turn to whichever side is the safe side. And that's all you need to know. We're not gonna see Lancing Bolts, so Parleys can do red checks. Logo side is ready. And media side is ready. Alright, if you have bravery, you can start apply those now. And I will start the 20-second countdown now. As always, limit breaks on 4, tank pull on 1. If you're a shield healer, you can start pre-shielding at around 5 seconds. 5, limit breaks, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So Ilv is gonna start by pulling him towards the A marker. The Raid Wide is coming out. Now with it done, if you're ranged, you can already start moving to the 1 marker. Melee, you will move on Ameno Sakahoko. That's the Tank Buster. Next, he's electrifying the edges. Ranged, you can start moving now. Melee, wait for Ameno Sakahoko. Move. Everyone move towards the 1 marker, out of the AoE. And then under Raiden, inside the hitbox, in. And everyone to the 1 marker. Stand on the 1 marker. Raiden will spawn at B. Use sprint. Get out of the puddles and run to the right. To the right. Yo, good job everyone! Nice! Another Raid Wide, so shield up. And then we're gonna see Lancing Bolts, but it's not gonna go off, so we're fine. And there we go! Good job! No casualties, I love to see that! Don't forget your chest on the B marker. Don't enter the next room, because there are some nasty things in here and a trap. Only the trappers and Ilves are allowed to enter the room. Ilves are gonna pull the ads towards us, so just wait for them to establish aggro and pull them over here. When they move back here, you know it's safe to attack. There we go. Watch out for the tornadoes line AoEs. Trappers, be careful, there's a Kalka. And there's a trap, nice. Congrats for everyone that got the sword. Kalka is a perfect FL target if you still have it. Oh, beautiful. And then Ilves can just pull both of the bibliotheques. Alright, I love to play a game called Guess the Trap. In this next room there is a chest at the top, but there's a trap in front of it. It can either be to the right, to the left, or the middle. So as you see, everyone's already guessing. I'm gonna guess today that it's in the middle. We have some very good choices here. And the portal trap is in the middle! Yeah! You win gratitude and happiness. That's what we win. Alright, now we are entering the portal corridor. We're gonna first locate where the chest is, which is the trappers are doing right now, and some extra experienced people. We're gonna, in the meantime, kill the ads in the hallway by focusing the sprites first, since they aggro on cast. And then we do the logos. Yeah, you saw the sprite going in there. Also, we have a wind chest. Everyone, back. Could Seb please pull the logos for us? Thank you. Focus the sprite first. And Ilv can then go ahead and grab the other sprite while we're handling the logos. That way we don't accidentally run into the next logos on the way up. And then we'll take care of the sprite first. Refresh healers, make sure that you're casting refresh during this time. And then we're gonna take care of that last logos. And now we're gonna go and clear the room for the chest. It's in wind. Please stay outside, because there are traps in this room. Only the main tank and trappers are allowed to enter. Please, if you're ranged, wait for the tank to properly establish aggro and pull them out. So stay out here. And just wait. There's a couple of birds in there. And also a trap, so we have to give them some time to get all the birds. And also not run into the trap, because there are patterns to the traps here. There we go. If you get hit by the AoE, you just fall asleep. And there's a portal. Oh, we are lucky today. Tull has been found already. Because the next step is to actually locate the portal that's hidden. And we are lucky enough that we got it. But first, before you go into the portal, please grab your chest here to the left. And then you can go into the portal. Do not auto-run into the trap though. And then, once you're gone through the portal, you have another chest to your right. And while support fate prepares themselves outside, as there is a Cedo right now ongoing, we are gonna go ahead and clear the next hallway. And oh, that was an easy trap. Why is everything going so smooth today? So as always, please stay here. Ilv's gonna wait for either the Calca or the Ghost, whichever they prefer, and pull them over here. I mean, come on, guys. I'm the Scuff Queen. I only do Scuff. I don't ruin stuff, right? Right? Another beautiful Death Bell target here with Calca. Nah, let's not be like that, guys. Osma's gonna be fine. Don't scare the first timers. Okay, look here, Haruka. The only times that has happened is if someone's acceleration bomb have exploded on me, okay? Let's make that clear. It's not my fault. I did not mean to give Cake PTSD that one time, okay? But back to killing some frogs. First can go ahead and look at the rooms. The rest of us are going to go ahead and kill some ghosts. And sadly, you cannot use the fells on this one, because they're already dead. Once these ghosts are dead, your party leader will mark down which room you're gonna go into. Please don't enter the room, because there is a trap in there. Your tank for each party are gonna invuln and pop it. Once it's been popped, you can safely enter. If your tank is a Dark Knight, please make sure your healers are prepared before popping it. I've seen way too many times Dark Knights just going ham and the healer not being ready. So we have a small little wait here because there is a Cedo currently outside, meaning that everyone's at Cedo right now. We're gonna wait for them to finish that and run down to the support fate, which shouldn't take too long because they have the dormitory teleporter right there. In the meantime, if you are the designated tank of the group, put on your tank stance because you're gonna have to tank 2 ads in your room. If you don't have the elemental gear on, please make sure that you use Magia Auto to turn yourself to defensive. If you have elemental +2, you can stay on offensive. Focus 1 ad at a time. Otherwise it's gonna be very hard for the tank to keep all the aggro. If you have Death Elves and manage to hit them, congrats, you get bragging rights. And for now we're just gonna wait for support to finish up. And we have some ready checks going out, so yeah, we can do some ready checks. Logos 3, Magia 2, Magia 3, Logos 1. And there we go. So we're just gonna wait a bit. As in some of the rooms, there are some ads that have cones, donuts, and other fancies. Your party leader can tell you which AoEs are for your room in the meantime. So that way you are prepared. And I'm sorry you cannot eat those donuts, I'm afraid. Fish in the water room? Like, BA runs just to fish? That would be interesting. Alright, there's the support. So they are right now moving down from Cedo. So we're just gonna give them a tiny bit of time for the train to get down there. So let's do some extra prep in the meantime. The moment they're down there, it's gonna get insta-pulled, so we're just gonna do some prep now. If you have bravery, you can start applying those. Everyone that is a tank, or the designated taunt tank in this case, except Seb, please stand in the blue circle in the middle of the room. I'm gonna have Seb enter last once support is ready. That's a second support macro. Huh. Oh, they forgot the flag. Whoopsie. Yeah, they just had to guess where the support fate is. God, imagine if it randomly spawned outside. That would be horrible. It just randomly spawns in one of the, like, already existing fate locations. That would be so bad. Oh god, Mark, why did you make it worse? Looks like support might be delayed because they are moving Lunaria's flag right now. You can recast your bravery to refresh it. So, for the first time, I say wondering, why do we have to do this step? You see, we had to do this step to activate the support fate outside for the instance to kill. What happens if we don't kill the fate, you say? You see, before the fate, the next boss, which is Absolute Virtue, will have a buff on him that essentially makes him unkillable. He cannot be damaged, he cannot die, and most importantly, he will one-shot you unless you have Plague Bearer on. So if the support fate outside is not cleared, we cannot progress. Because then we just have a roadblock in front of us. So that's why the support group is very important, and that is why we always make sure to organize it. And yes, if you have played Final Fantasy XI, you will definitely recognize this next boss. Oh boy. Bravery healers, do another refresh. I swear this is the last one, because I'm not gonna wait longer than a minute. Body leads, do another ready check to make sure everyone's awake. And please tell me if everyone's awake. Normally it doesn't take this long, but sadly we have some issues outside. Alright, we are gonna start. Seb, please enter your circle. Focus one ad at a time. If you have Deaf Elves, these are very, very good targets. And once their room is cleared, you can exit and head to the closed door. Your party leader will show you the way. Logos 1 just had some extremely lucky death elves. What the hell? We're done. I see also that another group also got lucky with their death elves. This is why we never have a race when it comes to the support rooms, because death elf just makes everything unfair. And there we go. This is your last chance if you forgot to pick up your chest here at Trident, to pick it up on the B marker. As we are taking a little retour through this hallway here, to get back to the same corridor we were in before with the portal. As now the door all the way there has opened. Also, your last chance to grab the chest you got here behind the trap. Yeah, we can do that. We'll do it after clearing the corridor since we have to wait anyway. Let's clear the hallway first, starting with the Progos. And then we're gonna wait for Ilov to grab all the tomes. And their support fate is done. So they're gonna be here in about 6 minutes-ish. Refresh healers, this is your final reminder to refresh, as this is the last corridor you're gonna use it on. And then we're gonna start with the centaur, because he's so nicely over there. One final reminder to cast that sleep. Thank you. Don't forget as well, if you're a tank and your name is not Ilves, turn your tank stance off. You won't need it anymore, unless you're a Magia tank. And the Bibliotaph. Alright, before we do anything else, we're gonna clear a room for the Indom refreshers. We're gonna go ahead and clear ice. So everyone, help out, wait out here, because there are traps in here. Ilv's gonna pull the Vikings out for us to kill. That way Indom tankers can refresh while we're waiting for support. And there we go. We have arrived at Absolute Virtue. You can target him to have your Magia wheel spin, and then you can line up on the right wall for some shell refreshes, because we don't need Protect anymore. Refresh healers, your job is now done. So if you have any other fun plates with you can swap to those. And now you have a 5-minute break as we are waiting for support. And if you're a first timer, make sure you're back in those 5 minutes, as I'm gonna do some AV explanations. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Did any of the reflect testers bring an extra set of reflect? Just a curious question. Ooh, T-Bell, come with me. We're gonna do something fun. Come here. Come down the corridor. We're gonna do something fun. Do you have an extra Wisdom of the Elder on you before we proceed, by the way? Okay, good. Yeah. We're not gonna do it unless you didn't have wisdom, but since you have an extra wisdom, you can follow us. Everyone, that's experience, you know what we're gonna do. While we're running down table, you can take off all your clothes except weapon. We're gonna do some reflecting. Because you see, the ads in the earth room here can be reflected. And there's everyone loves the earth room for a very good reason. Don't yell at me, off. Why are you yelling at me? But yeah, make sure that your outfit's off before you go in. Or you can just do that. Just drag them all into the... Oh, make sure all the mugs are targeting you before you go. And then bring them all into, like, the corner to your left. Yeah, all the way over to the left. Or that corner works too. Just any of the corners. And then just keep reflecting and stand in their lovely AoEs. And for everyone else, congratulations! The puzzle room or jumping puzzle room has been unlocked. Oh, refresh! Oh, very close there. Earth room, you can do some very funny earth jumping puzzles. There's 2 sides. The other side is currently closed for maintenance. It will open shortly. You can jump there, but you might risk getting hit by the AoE when you fall down. Something fun to do while we're waiting for support to enter. For those of you curious about challenge runs, this is how, like the low mans clear Earth room. They have only 1 person in here just casting reflect. It's very efficient. Oh, you wanna see some hitboxes? Well, I can't tell you about hitboxes. Because it's too early to do a trap tutorial, but if you are still at AV, I'm gonna make some cursed comments right now. I want everyone that's at AV right now to look to the door to the right of AV's arena. And then look up to the roof, and you will see a gap there. The roof's not perfectly encircling. There's a gap there. If you want another curse thing here, if you look to any of the sides of this bridge here, and pan your camera so you can look at the bricks, you will see that some of these bricks are kind of curved. Yeah, they managed to invent some very nice curved bricks for this bridge here. And hello. Let's see here. Soup is in. This means that it's time for some wiggle checks. Wiggle. Wiggle. Just make sure at least all the first timers are awake. And that no one gets AFK kicked. Welcome support. You just arrived in time for the quick AV explanations. Logos 2 awake, M1 awake. Awake, awake. Everyone's awake. Wow. This is a very exciting raid. Nice, nice. So, AV. His core mechanic is light and dark. Every time he does one of 3 mechanics, he will either be in the light or the dark element. And depending on which element he is, we have to resolve the mechanic with the opposite element. The first mechanic is his puddle mechanic. He will spawn puddles around the arena in either light or dark color. The color that is the same as AV will expand in size. So in order to solve this mechanic, we are gonna stand between 2 of the opposite element or one of them and the wall. Do not stand in the puddles because they still hurt you. You wanna stand next to them. Okay, I'm sorry, I just read Emmeline's cursed Morbius comment there. Why? Sorry about it. I was caught off guard. The second mechanic is impact stream. It's a room split, light and dark. You just stand on the side that is the opposite element. And the third one, and this is a bit more important one, it's why am I blanking? I forgotten the name of the orbs. Turbulent ether. There we go. Thank you. I hate when the Morbius comment got me, man. Yeah, turbulent ether. Turbulent ether will start off with random players getting connected to orbs, either a dark or a light orb. Around the arena will small puddles of the same element spawn. Before you solve your orbs, AV has a cone called Medusa Javelin. It's a really, really big cone, so you want to always stand next to AV throughout the entire fight. You have to avoid the cone first, before resolving your orb. You resolve the orb by going to a puddle of the opposite element of your orb and letting it explode on you. During this, party leader should have placed down a very important aim marker. The main tank is gonna stand on it, because during this, AV is gonna cast a tank buster, and this tank buster is a cleave. So if you see the tank buster go off, stay away from the aim marker, otherwise you will die with it. And I don't think we're gonna see triple impact and the ads, so we're gonna be fine there. So, ready, Shiksu! Yes, it is actually. AV and most of the inspiration for Eureka came from 11. So that's why we're kind of excited for the 11 raid. Soup's ready, Logos 2, Magia 1, Logos 1, Logos side. And Magia side. Do we have any requests for a long cooldown? We do. So we're gonna have a 60-second countdown starting now. If you have braveries, you can start apply those now. Double edgers, you of course do at 45 seconds. $45 now. Limit breaks on 4, tank pull on 1. Make sure to keep an eye on your double edgers. AV will start with a raid fight, so shield healers, you can pre-shield on 10 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, limit breaks, 3, 2, 1, and off we go! So first things first, raid wide. It's gonna be Meteor. There it is. Next up, he's gonna do the tutorial puddle mechanic. It's only gonna be one of the colors, so just move away from them. Move away from the puddles. There's always a melee spot. Once the puddles have exploded, quickly run to AV because the first Medusa Javelin is gonna happen. Avoid the cone. Out, out, out. And then away from the tank. Away from the tank. We are gonna have the room split. He's light, so go to the dark side. Dark, dark, dark. Dark, dark, dark. Treat this as a raid wide. And back behind AV. Now we're having the tank buster, so please stay away from the A marker. Now we're gonna have the proper puddle mechanic. It's gonna be both sets of puddles. So you want to stand next to the safe puddles. There it is. He is light, so we stand next to dark puddles or the wall. There is no melee spot. This is actually a pretty bad pattern. Back to AV. Another raid white, so shield up. There it is. And now we're gonna prepare for Turbulent Ether. If you have your orbs, you can check, but don't move away yet. Watch out for the Medusa Javelin. Watch out for the cone. Out of the cone and resolve your orb. Stay away from the A marker. Orb the opposite colored puddle. Shield healers can shield up. And we did it! Nice! Good job, everyone. You can find your coffer to the right. And we're now gonna move on to the last boss of this dungeon. There are 2 more ads in the way. Do not use any of your job actions. We're gonna use these 2 to build our job actions. Congrats to people that got the minion, if there's any. If the ads cast Properties of Darkness, please stun them or sleep them. The reason for that is because... what does it do exactly? It removes one of our buffs from the entire raid. It can be your spirit, it can be your wisdom, it can be your shell, your fairy buff, your... anything goes. So that is why we wanna sleep that so it doesn't happen. Because it would be very awkward otherwise. So same here, just use this to build job gauges. And enjoy the cutscene. Pilots can place down the markers. Do not touch the shiny portal in the front. I know it's very tempting, but please don't. If you need a refresh of shell, you can go to the back. Either if you don't have it, or if you are less than 15 minutes. Support! Where do I want you today? I'll place you on platform 3 today. So, Osma explanations. Osma has 3 ships. He will always start with Star. During Star, he will have meteors. It's 2 raid markers on each member of the platform. You need to solve this by 1 going to the A marker and 1 going to the B marker, placing them there. Once they're placed, they become proximity markers and you move away, back to the main platform. And they will explode. They will spawn ads, so please kill them as soon as possible. During Star Shape, you need to be stacked together on each platform because it's a splash damage, so if you stand alone, you will be one-shot. This is also a heavy stage, so shield healers and healers in general need to be prepared. During Star, we're also gonna get knockbacks from the middle circle of each platform. It's either gonna be to the front or the back, but in the start it's gonna be the front. Do not stand on the circle, because then you will be yeeted in a random direction. So just stand in the front or the back. After that first star phase, he's gonna do black hole. You go to your black hole buffer, and then back to the main platform. Then it's gonna be random which shape it does, and he does it by doing what we call single and double movement. He's gonna start off with a single movement, which is a shadow in the back. Depending on which shape the shadow takes, we move accordingly, either to the back, to the front, or to the sides. I will do call-ups for those. After that, he will do double movement, which is both the shade and Ozma. So we will have to adjust 2 times. Let's see here. If he gets star again, it's basically gonna be the same mechanics, the splash and the meteors. And it's also gonna do a knockback with the shade. So we had to stand in the front or the back, depending on if the shade in the back takes. That's all for star. For pyramid, his auto attack is a laser on the main tank, which is the Magia tanks. So we're gonna resolve this by having the Magia tanks stand on the left and the party on the right. Wait, no, it's Cube that has the laser. I'm dumb. Cube has the laser. Right, yeah. Cube has the laser. So that's what it is on. Once Cube starts, Logos tanks, you need to pop some orbs. Run to the right of your platform and pop 2 orbs. Don't use Invuln, use heavy mitigation. Invuln will not save you. For everyone else, hug Ozma extra close, especially if you're on platform 3, because platform 3's orb will spawn closer because, believe it or not, it is not a perfect circle. So the orb placements are actually not symmetrical. After that, you're gonna have knockback called Holy Knockback. It's a tiny knockback from Ozma, but he's gonna combine this with a knockback, with a stack marker. And then he's gonna combine it with the shade in the back. So it's gonna be a bit of movement there. And that's all you need to know for Cube. Next is Pyramid. Pyramid with auto attack is bleed on the player furthest in the back on each platform. That is why we have something called a bleed baiter. It's a healer that's just gonna stand in the back and cast a stun on themselves. Because the bleed spreads if you stack together. So, any bleed baiters? We already have one for platform 2. Any bleed baiters for platform 1 or 3? There's one for 1. And 3. Nice. You just have to stand behind the blue buffer in the middle. That's the easiest way to know you're far enough away. During Pyramid, you're gonna see a repeat of Meteors and the stack marker, but without the knockback. But there's gonna be a new mechanic called Acceleration Bombs. Some people on each platform will get an Acceleration Bomb. It's a big debuff on your debuff bar. You can look in the BA chat to see how it looks like. If you have this debuff, stop casting, stop emoting, stop moving, stop attacking, just stop. Stand still, wait for the debuff to vanish, completely off your debuff bar, and then you can continue. Because if you do any movement when the debuff expires, you will explode, you will die, and you will kill people around you. So that is why extra make sure you double check your acceleration bombs. And that is all we need to know for Ozma. Your party leader should have told you where your black hole buffer is and which platform you're on. They can also remind you if you want. If you are the tank designated for the Magia parties, please put on your tank stance now. You will be tanking. Make sure you're in defensive. And also make sure that you use provoke on cooldown, because it's very easy for DPS to rip aggro off in this phase. Do not cut corners. It's very easy to fall off. The geometry here, as I said earlier, is a lie. And just play it safe. If you can't make it to your black hole buffer, go to any. Party leads. Ready checks. Magia side is ready. Logo side is ready. And support is ready. Before we go down, I only want the designated Magia main tanks to go down. So I only want to see 3 people. I only want to see 3 people. And they are going to go to their designated platform. This is just a precaution in case someone pre-pulls. While you're at it, please turn your offensive wheel to Earth. Do not target Ozma as we jump down. And now follow your pod elites through the shiny portal to your platforms. Once the party leader has deemed that everyone understands where the black hole buffer is, you can follow them back to the main platform. We're also gonna have a long cooldown on this one. I'm sorry, countdown. I keep saying cooldown. It's I will never get ready for that. Alright, I am starting the 60-second OSPA countdown now. You can apply braveries on 30 seconds, double edge as always on 45, limit breaks on 7 seconds, tanks pull on 4, everyone else attack on 0. Double edge on. Bravery on. If you have range, you can start in the back, as we always start with Starface. 15. 10. 9. 8. Limit breaks. 6. 5. Pull. 3. 2. 1. Attack, attack, attack. We're gonna have a couple of autos. And then we're gonna go to the back when he changes to star. Make sure to keep your Magia tanks topped off. To the back, everyone to the back. Group together, shields up. This is heavy damage. Walk together as a group, no gap closers. Together as a group. This includes the tanks. This includes the tanks. Knock back to the front or use knock back invul. And then back together as a group. We're gonna have a couple more autos and then it's our first black hole. Black hole, black hole. Everyone to your black hole positions. If you can make yours, go to any. And back to your main platform. We're gonna start with a single shade in the back. This is only one movement. We are gonna go to the sides. Tanks go last. Tanks go now. Back to the platforms. Next up, we're gonna have both shades, starting with the one in the back, and then Ozma. There's the shade. We're gonna start by going to the... stay in the front. And after that, sprint to the back, so wait for the back. Sprint, 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 sprint. Stack together. Move together as a group. Meteors are gonna go out, place them on the A and the B marker. A and the B marker. Limit break on 1, limit break on 1. Knock back. Take care of the ads. Support. Now move to platform 1. Magia tank for 1 is still alive, so for now just be extra power. Knock back to the back, to the back, to the back. Back together as a group. Shields up, especially on platform 1. Be ready for black hole. Black hole, black hole. I'm sorry for those being sucked out. Back to the main platform. If you died, please pop a new Spirit of Remembered. We have a shade in the back. We are going to the back, to the back. Everyone to the back. And then we're gonna sprint to the front. You sprint. To the front, to the front. Tanks to the left, party to the right. Watch out for the orbs. Logos tanks take them. Stack together. Holy no fuck. Now you're gonna see how tiny it is. Tanks stay on the left. Party to the right. We're gonna have the combination of the stack marker, the holy knockback, and a shade in the back. So we're gonna wait for the shade. There it is. Do not read this. It's better to resolve this. We are going to the sides. Take the stack marker to the side. Stand on the front of the ring because the knockback. Tanks back to the left, party to the right. We have a couple more autos. If black hole happens, do not read it. And there we go. Good job, everyone. I'm sorry about those that got sucked out from platform 1. If you are a first timer, you can watch your cutscene and you can grab your final coffer on platform 1. Also, if you wanna have something fun to do, you can jump up now, because if you do, you will get teleported to platform 1. Thank you so much for joining my run today. It was really nice and smooth. And enjoyed your free Osma mounts if you were a first timer. And I hope to see you guys in future runs. If you were a first timer that didn't get the clear, please inform your party leader and we will put you on a priority list, so that way you can have an easier time get into any future impromptus or newbie runs. And I'm gonna head off now. Take care, everyone, and have a splendid good night.
Hello boys.
Hejå.
Det gick ju bra.
Ja, RIP de som dog i slutet där.
Ja, jag såg det att det till vänster var slagit upp 2 döda.
Ja, det var de som satte sina meteorer precis. Alltså det var en kille som bara sket i att röra sig. Han bara stod typ längst fram med en meteorit.
Härligt. Jag var en av de som fick en meteorit.
Ja, jag såg det. Läskigt.
Jag trodde jag betade dig när jag kom ut ur kylen. Jag
Va?
sprang fram till plattformen. Sprang tillbaka.
Alltså jag kollar inte på dig om jag går. Det är bara jag som greedar. Jag trodde redan han hade skjutit. Så, eller den här snapshotet i alla fall. Åh, det är en fejt där borta om vi springer dit. Vi har knappt vad du säger by the way, Peter.
I will never roll again.
RIP. Han hämtar dig direkt alltså. Han förlorar ju det gambling.
Point
Så
of
blir han
mig
skrattad.
gapskrattad.
Ja,
Det var det.
Det är rätt svårt att komma tillbaka från det, I'm gonna be honest. Ja, och så förlorar han. Så börjar han skratta.
Om hur mycket?
Vi gjorde inte ens death roll.
Nej, inte om pengarna bara ska rolla.
Min arch rival, fucking Tibel.
Och så bara pointar och skrattar. Fan. Jag var så i chatten. fortfarande när jag sitter och förklarar, man bara liksom försöker visualisa, men sen när man väl kommer in så är det skitsimpelt.
Ja, bara. Och ändå är det folk som inte fattar och bara dör ändå.
Ja.
Viggo, bara stäng av Discord. Gör den när det koms.
Jävlar, bara lämna Discord bara. Jag bara ordnar detta.
Jag klarar det själv.
Vi skulle bara joinat och lämnat när vi byter upp till Magge igen. Ska vi bara sticka. Jag joinar Karl istället. Marcus ska shot call out oss.
Jävlar. Bara följ efter de andra.
She sounded weird. Is that...
Rip.
Is this shit in the League of Legends? Oh, helvete.
What you talking about? League of Legends, han är där.
Hur fan blev jag träffad?
Fine.
Jag fick en jävla vulnerability down. Jag såg bakom dig, Marcus, jag fick en one down.
Vad är det minsta?
Jag tror han bara joinar för support-fiten.
Bitch.
Fan, jag tog lång tid.
Yep.
Men vad är det som rewards nu? Första rewarden som träffar för Osma, men liksom, vad är det nu? Och liksom varför vill man ha the better gear för? Alltså vad fan gör det? Man har ju redan liksom skitmycket bättre gear än den.
Completion.
Nej, du har inte bättre gear än den. Eller vadå?
Eller, det är det väl, eller?
Vilken snackar du om nu?
Men jag säger till Eureka.
Ja.
Vadå, scala där? Gear som
Du har ju inte den sista. Du har inte den som är bäst. Om du inte uppgraderat med Baldesion och Frank.
Nej, jag vet inte har det som är bäst. Men den armen kommer nu i bättre nu, så varför du uppgraderat?
Nej, den är det inte.
Alltså,
När du väl, alltså, allting här inne scalar till 300, alltså, oavsett vad du har efter det spelar ingen roll.
Nej, okej.
Lyssna på Marcus, Viggo. Han söker mig, det funkar inte. Han är crazy.
Jag vill också veta varför.
Ja, lyssna på Daddy.
You don't need to.
Nej, men vad heter det? Allting scalar ju till 300.
Ja.
Och vad heter det? Så det finns anledning till att ha liksom högre. Om du har level 600 så är det ju bättre än att ha level 310 här inne.
Ja.
Fast den skillnaden är så liten. Så är det typ skitsamma. Men stora anledningen varför du vill uppgradera den är för att du får elemental bonus. Så det är samma sak som du snurrar på det här ljudet här uppe.
Ja.
Liksom du gör extra damage om det är rätt element. Du får typ gratis sånt. Så du kommer göra typ mycket mer damage och ta mindre.
Liksom liksom, alltså jag menar, det är inte som att det är svårt till att börja med.
Nej, men om du vill göra extra damage och ha det enklare, typ solo och sånt.
Okay. Är det typ det då man strävar?
Det är typ mest, alltså det är typ mest bara om du typ tänker farma en jävla massa kristaller så är det mycket enklare. Alltså det går mycket snabbare om du bara har typ extra damage.
Ja.
Men om du liksom bara kör det då och då så är det skitsamma.
För jag vet också att när man kör Fates så scalar ju Fates.
Ja,
Det gör det inte.
det är många som är i instansen.
Bro.
Så det är den alltså Fatesen, den som scalar, den skiter ju i hur bra armor och sådär. Det är bara liksom hur många som är i denna instansen.